Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Folks, it is Monday evening, and Nicki Minaj has been destroyed. I'm saying it. This is the second L for her. Let's keep it real. The first one, Sheether, 2017. Whoa. Whoa. Huh? I had to go back and listen to Sheether today. There was never a respectable response to Sheether, okay? If you're not up to speed, this is the hottest story, tea, if you will, on social media. Nicki Minaj, she released a track in response to Megan Thee Stallion's track, Hiss, which just came out. Nicki Minaj has put out trash. That's not me saying. Everybody, her own fan base, the Barbs, they're saying she needs to go to rehab. Now, I'm not going to say Nicki Minaj does any type of narcotic. I don't know. I have no proof. But let me just say this. The devil knows its own. and let's go back before we focus. And I want us to focus on Hiss and Bigfoot by these two, female rappers, artists, if you will. Where was all this smoke for Remy Ma? I mean, of course, there was no, or Instagram wasn't popping like that, back in those days. But where was all this smoke and all this ranting and raving and talking about conjure up your dead mother? Nicki telling Megan Thee Stallion, damn, this is an L, folks. I don't even have to ask you. I'm telling you. Nicki Minaj looks crazy at her age. And I just think it's a bad look. This is where you don't want to be as a person of notoriety, a person who has, made your impact, your mark. You don't want to be that older person, feuding with younger people. Even if you do have bars per se, just fall back. But the line, we have to talk about the line that Megan Thee Stallion dropped, and I have to say this was a hard line in the track Hiss. These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes be mad at Megan's law. That line was so hard that the father of the young girl Megan, who this law has been made after, tragically killed. I'll just say that, a minor, by a sexual predator. The father of Megan, he's now looking to sue Megan Thee Stallion. Multiple reports. Yes, I'm looking at it right now. Going back to a hard bar, okay? And that's my main topic here this evening. Also, guys, Shannon Sharp, not only has he co-signed Taylor Swift, but he shaded Beyonce, and then he said something crazy with regards to she's the closest thing to Michael Jackson. Now, Dana with the data will be tapping in shortly. Dana, I see you in the queue. Sit tight. But now, we've already had the discussion here about, Beyonce versus Taylor Swift. That's debatable. That's subjective. But Michael Jackson, no. So I have to ask you guys, did Shannon Sharp get a bag? Now, he said this on his YouTube show with Chad Johnson, pardon me. The show is called Nightcap. I like the show. I like it. I like their chemistry. I mean, I found a new respect for Chad Ochocinco, because that's the guy, in case you don't know, who gave Evelyn Lozada a headbutt years ago on some reality TV show. I think maybe it was Basketball Wives or something. Split her head. Poor woman. And they had just gotten married. Yes, troll babies. And then she had to divorce the crazy nigga. So I always thought he was just a loose nigga, but he has bounced back like a Super Bowl. And the show with he and Shannon Sharp, who I fuck with heavy, I like it. I like the chemistry. I like the way Ocho just lets Shannon do his thing. But with regards to, Shannon Sharp co-signing Taylor Swift, I'm sorry if I didn't mention this, being involved with the NFL, her boyfriend Travis, Travis Kelce, he's the truth. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's one of the best tight ends. They're saying considered one of the greatest of all time. Damn, he's only born in 1989. Okay, but he has already put it down with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're going to the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift is there. She's all over the place like bird shit. Some people are bothered. I like her. I like her music. But I'm glad Shannon Sharp is saying this, because if I were to say, "Oh, you just saying that, because you're mulatto," But Dana, I'm going to bring Dana in early. Dana, again, sit tight. I see you. He shaded Beyonce when he was talking to Ocho Cinco. Let me give you a little context in case you did not see it, not that you had to. They were having a discussion about who has made the real impact, or who has brought, given the NFL a shot in the arm. And then Shannon starts, giving context to the numbers and then all of the other subscriptions, the advertisement, and so on and so forth. And he broke down some numbers, and then Ocho Cinco tried to think. He said, let me think. Beyonce. And and in a very nice but shady way, Shannon Sharp said, no, not like Taylor, not like Taylor. Cut him down like a dry weed. So I want to bring in Dana with the data, because she saw Beyonce live on tour for the first time. I want to take credit, because Dana, at first she wasn't going to go. I said, girl, you got to go. That's the Diana Ross of today's generation. So you already know where Dana's going. Let's get her on the screen early. Hold on a second. Oh, I see you getting by, and Dana, you there.
Okay, don't play with me. Don't do it. Yes.
So nice to see you. Thank you for being available. So you saw the clip, yes?
Yes, I
Cinco and Shannon Sharp, please.
Shannon Sharp, he needs to have several seats. Now, I kind of get his point as far as moving the needle with the NFL and advertisement and viewerships.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Beyonce, if she was not married to Jay-Z and she was dating someone on the Kansas City Chiefs, right, she would make the same impact as Taylor Swift. So I totally disagree with Shannon. And he had the nerve to compare Taylor Swift to Michael Jackson. So yeah, he's just caping for, and I can't say young, because she's 34, 35, but he's caping for what's popping right now. And, she's popping. So it is what it is. She is bringing in viewership to the NFL. I know they cutting her a check, but she could never. Don't play with me.
Taylor Swift is popping like Jiffy Pop on a Friday night. That's a very old saying, but the numbers that Shannon Sharp laid down, I have to respect, in today's, modern times, what streaming and social media, how it contributes to an artist and everything. So I respect, what she has done, brought to the table. But now let's not get it twisted. Her boyfriend, Travis, he's the truth. So people are, I'm sure they're already hoping that they get married and so on and so forth. But now, again, my concern is that, Shannon Sharp, did he take a bag? Is he now a tool? Damn near, trying to creep up on the Michael Jackson versus Taylor Swift argument. We're not trying to hear that. Michael Jackson crossed boundaries. Michael Jackson went around the world. People of all ethnicities, nationalities, genders fainted when they saw him. Just fell the fuck out. Right. People don't faint when they see Taylor. I like her, again, I like her caliber, but she doesn't have that type of impact.
Right. And by the way, people were fainting when they saw Beyonce during the Renaissance tour this summer. Yes, they were. Yes. Yes, there were some people that passed out fainting. Yes. So
where? Can you send me those links?
It was at an LA show. Somebody passed out.
Keep going. I'm listening.
Also, Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl halftime, shut it down. So again, Beyonce has made, I think, a bigger impact than Taylor Swift when we're talking about all aspects of entertainment. But Taylor Swift does sell more worldwide, and she does capture a younger audience. So I understand that. But these two women, they both equally move the needle. So again, to say that Beyonce don't come close to Taylor for anything, I think she edges out Taylor Swift. So yeah.
Okay, I hear you.
Listen, I had to put on my lipstick, honey, and do something to my hair tonight because you was not going to have this conversation without me.
when we spoke earlier, you said you were in the bed for the night. The Dusty Chronicles, I got your banner done, and I'm gonna get it on the showrunner tomorrow. Just a little bit behind schedule.
Mm-hmm.
The Dusty Chronicles. Tell us about that platform, please.
Yeah, so it's a new YouTube that I created called the Dusty Chronicles, and I came up with that concept because every Saturday I do a show with Steve the Dean, the Man Mindset. We do a show together, Emotions versus Logic, and I call low budget, no class, broke men Dusties. So, so what I created a channel called the Dusty Chronicles, and I upload clips from our show, and I'm gonna start doing reaction videos as well. But I include women in the Dusty Chronicles too, so it's not just men that I'm calling Dusties.
Did you get the Dusty animal in somewhere in Mississippi? Took the little black baby boy into Walmart with just a pamper, freezing cold weather. They had someone called the police, one of the Walmart workers. She has since been fired for posting the video that she recorded. Did you focus on that monkey, that animal in Mississippi?
Well, I'm not going to call her a monkey, but I am going to do a reaction to that. She needs help. She needs therapy. She needs a lawyer. She needs an actual GoFundMe. I believe one of her.
No, she needs jail. She needs jail. She needs 3 to 6. You know, she endangered the life of that little black boy. Troll babies. Does anybody have a hashtag protect black boys? Hashtag protect black boys. I'm sorry, go ahead. You were saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, what about protect white boys? Because if that was a white mother and the same thing happened, you know, people would not be saying, oh, put her under the jail, nothing like that. They would say she needs help. She needs therapy. You know, she needs a village. And, you know, considering the little bits that I get from this woman's background, I think one of her other kids passed away. Something mentally could have been going on with her. So okay. I think she doesn't need to go to jail or prison. She just needs help.
You said jail, not gel, right?
I said jail.
Okay, because you slip up. Okay, anyway. All right, so listen. All right, listen, I don't want you to just rush off the line. Nicki Minaj, did you hear the track Bigfoot, her response to Hiss? Megan Thee Stallion, I'm saying Nicki got destroyed. I even had to go back and listen to Sheether, and I said, damn. Where was all the smoke for Remy Ma back in, I think it was 2017? Go ahead.
Yeah, she never responded. She never did a diss track to Sheether. And the Bigfoot is corny. Actually, even when I heard Hiss, I'm not really a Megan fan when it comes to her music. However, when you read the lyrics, yes, she had, I would say, some hot bars. But that whole debacle back and forth, Nicki, she dropped the ball. She took it too far. She looked hella crazy being on social media, not showing her face, but just talking slow and dragging.
Hold on, Dan. These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes be mad at Megan's Law. Headshot. Pow.
Yeah.
Pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow. You're dead. You're dead.
And this is the shit.
Do you think that Nicki knew that was a headshot? Because her brother, I think he's her younger brother, he's doing a life sentence behind touching a minor, right?
25, yeah.
Yeah.
Life, yes, as he should. Yeah.
Double headshot. Pow, 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 pow. You're dead. Dead. Go ahead.
I think Nicki forgot about the brother because she was focused on the husband, thinking that Megan was probably coming for her husband, and Megan probably could have been taking a shot at her brother. So she should have just kept quiet. What she should have did was kept quiet and then just come back with a better diss track without all going live on Instagram thing. That's what she should have did. Just like she should have responded.
I don't think she should have came back with a diss track at all. Just sometimes you have to just keep it pushing.
True.
You know, I'll give you that one. It, you know, just. But anyway,
But wait, let me just say one more thing about that, because I don't think nobody thought of Nicki hearing that line until Nicki said something. So she should have just let it go.
I beg to differ. The trolls caught it. The barbs caught it. I got about 5 emails in the wee hours. No, niggas caught that. They caught it, and I'm sure they tagged Nicki. Yo, look what Megan said about you. the barbs. I'm sorry. Again.
Okay, so I stand corrected. I'm thinking she made us aware, but apparently, okay. So I guess she felt like she had to respond, and you're right. Sometimes it's just sit it out. Just sit it out. She has a good album out, and Megan album, that came out flopped. So just sit it out. Now she's at #1, Megan Thee Stallion, because of you.
What else is going on with you and Judge Joe Brown that we should know about before you go?
I have to get you another banner. So I want everyone to go to my website, therealdananetwork.com, and subscribe, because every Thursday we go live on the website. Sometimes I upload clips from the show, The Man Up Show. So, everything is going great. We actually did a live show Friday, a special live show. And I said, going forward on Fridays, I will be exposing the woke Black media that's out today. So, so go to The Real Dana YouTube and therealdananetwork.com and subscribe to the website.
I thank you for tapping in, Dana. I'm gonna let you get some rest. I know I disturbed you from earlier. Okay, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Dana with the data tapping in. Guys, I have notes. I have the timeline here of the Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion friendship turned feud, according to Billboard. Hang on a second. Whoo, chow. I wanted to talk about Jess Hilarious returning to the Breakfast Club, but nobody cares. Oh my, yeah, Troll Babies, can I just say this? I like her in terms of being a younger comedian entrepreneur, if you will. And we knew about her returning yesterday. Salute to Milagro, aka Millie, Mob Radio. Her people told her, I think at the photo shoot or something like that yesterday, because a couple of people sent me the Twitter reference. So we knew yesterday. So when you guys, or when we got informed today, we're like, okay. I think the rollout is trash. Anybody want to comment on the rollout? Jess is sitting in some type of queen chair with some high heels on. Respectfully, we're not propping up single Black mothers in 2024. I thought that was trash. But anyway, congratulations for what it's worth for those who care, right? But we're focused on the bullshit this evening. Crown, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. So he says, ooh, F Shannon. Somebody call Cat. Damn. Okay, thank you for tapping in, Crown. Skyler Saunders, sit tight, sir. I see you. Skyler, are you getting on the screen? LW3 got your donation. Dana turns into Mammy with the data for Beyonce. Okay. Thank you for your support, sir. Lucifer, I got your donation. Star, protect Black boys. Lock the. Oh, okay. Wow. You're going there. Yeah. I do want us to give some attention to that Mammy, that animal, that fucking degenerate in Mississippi. Had the young Black boy, he wasn't, would that be considered a toddler? I forget the age range. He may have been a toddler, sitting in there with a goddamn pamper, and then she put a plastic bag around him. People were so concerned they bought a shirt for the boy. We got to focus on that monkey tonight. Yes, we do. All right. Okay. let me get back to the timeline here. In 2019, Nicki Minaj agrees to hop on Hot Girl Summer with Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, in 2000, also in August 2019. No, pardon me. In July, she agreed to get on Hot Girl Summer. Okay, in August, they did the video, Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Also in August, okay, but of 2020, a year later, Megan Thee Stallion joins Cardi B for WAP, but she still shows Nicki love, okay? And then somewhere, Megan Thee Stallion went on Chicago's 107.5 WGCI, and she explained that she still loves Nicki, but, she's an artist, and she has the right to, work with other people, so on and so forth. In January of 2021, Nicki Minaj unfollows Megan on Instagram. Okay. In March of 2023, Nicki Minaj swipes at Megan on Red Ruby, the sleaze. Aha. So is it fair to say that Nicki Minaj drew first blood? January the 26th, 2024, Megan Thee Stallion targets Nicki Minaj. Let's say supposedly, because again, she doesn't say Nicki's name, but the bar was fucking hard. It was hot. Okay. Let me go back to the phone lines here. Area code 248. Good evening. We're talking about a few topics. Nicki Minaj, I'm saying she was destroyed. Are you there? 248 on a Monday.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Shannon Sharp, he wilding with his take. That big black flaming Sammo, he cooning. You feel me?
Why does he have to be all that, sir? Don't you watch him? Don't you appreciate and respect him? What's with the names?
I mean, yeah, but the nigga he be rocking with, he be at the games with his lady boy. You know what I'm saying? For one, he be at NBA games as a little like his stylist. The stylist is he's flamboyant, and that's like his little, that's his little boy toy. So, and the nigga be wearing tight.
We don't know if there's any sexual, action going on. So let's take it easy here. So now, what do you think about what he said that Beyonce doesn't move the needle with regards to the NFL like Taylor Swift? Are you a football fan?
Yeah, I like sports. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man's man, so I like mastering sports and whatnot. But the NFL is scripted, so I don't really fuck with it.
Can I ask you to watch the language, sir? We're having a nice conversation. Can you leave profanity out of this, please?
My bad. Sometimes you let it fly, sometimes you don't. My bad, bro.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like the NFL is scripted. They choose who they want their star players to be. They don't want the NFL taking over like the NBA, so they promote the white athlete in the NFL, even though the white athlete is the minority. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So, I want to lick the sweat out of Dana ass crack. Talk.
Okay.
So
thank you, sir. I don't mind you trolling, but I was hoping that you could, talk sports, but you sound silly and goofy. Thank you. Okay. You see, you don't necessarily have to hang up on people. I want you to talk. Jeez, what do you think about what Shannon Sharp said? Guys, I want to welcome TrackMastersDJ.com back to the Star Report. Right there. See, TrackMastersDJ.com. Got a bunch of notes here. Paragraphs. I'll get to this shortly. But I want you to go there. Make sure you say that Star sent you. Number one DJs in South Florida. Okay, down there at 305. Area code 201. Are you there? Good evening. 201, Monday night.
I'm here. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, sir. What's cracking?
I think the Shannon Sharp, I understand what he's saying with Taylor Swift at right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's popping, and Beyonce, she's popping as well, but I understand where he's coming from.
Okay.
The Nicki Minaj thing, trash. I expected more from her, but it sounds like everything in her battle was what she tweeted. So she's reaching right now. And I'm sure Megan Thee Stallion's like laughing right now about this.
According to Megan Thee Stallion, she doesn't even have social media on her phone. So she's been through a lot, you know, and not that I'm taking her side, but
Right.
she's trying to focus on her career, and she let off some steam. What was the bar that hard about Megan's Law? Was it that hard, or did Nicki just react because she's in her feelings and she's, you know, doing too much?
I think she's doing too much. I think it was, you know, like you said, Megan just, you know, just releasing some music. I think Nicki's always on the prowl for any female MC that's coming up, that she just wants to be the queen of everything. Yeah. But where was that energy? Like a lot of people said, where was that energy with Remy Ma? She didn't have that energy. Yeah. So she pick and chooses. You know what I mean? I feel like she's really just like, and I respect both parties, but I think that Nicki is a bully at sometimes. Most of the time she's a bully. Yeah. With certain female MCs, and I feel like this is the case, but this one falls on deaf ears. So I don't really fuck with this. Okay, it's not really, it's just rhetoric.
Thank you for the call, sir.
Minutes long, and
thank you,
sir.
His phone sounds crazy, and then he started dropping F-bombs. Folks, once in a while we can go there, but you have to space it apart. You just can't F-bomb. I don't own YouTube. I keep telling you that. This is a business. Please. 105 fam says, we need Janet to cam up on the next live. Okay, well, that's up to Janet, sir. Totally up to Janet. Sharif, got your donation. I don't see a message, but thank you, sir. Okay. Benzino's, I didn't hear Benzino's response to Eminem yet, guys. I'm really not interested. I gotta tell you. Well, when is Benzino going to respond to Whack 100? Calling him all out of his name, talking crazy about dildos, and that's what I want to see. That's the Ray I know. That's Ray Dog from RSO Beantown. Never mind all this rapping stuff with Eminem. I want to see Ray Dog challenge Whack 100 celebrity boxing, huh? But thank you for your donation, Terrence. Also, hey, Spring, got your donation. Spring says, I love seeing Dana. Thank you so much, Spring. Is that Spring from Texas? You look familiar. Thank you for your donation. Okay. Mr. Controversy, he says, check your email. Okay, give me a second. So I'm just trying to get it together here. Maurice, okay, Maurice, HudsonTubs.com. Absolutely, sir. I got your banner coming up here this evening. Do you want to call in? Do you want to cam up? Let me know, okay? Maurice from HudsonTubs.com. Okay. And Mr. Controversy says, where's Dr. Umar Johnson when you need him? Save the black boys, LOL. I'm almost, I would assume Dr. Umar has addressed that little black boy in the carriage at Walmart. That was crazy. And then the funky animal, she started twerking. Sheesh. That was crazy. Where is Skyler Saunders? Mr. Saunders, thank you for tapping in. Area code 302. Skyler.
Yes, sir. I want to do the cam up, if that's possible. I'm not sure how to do it.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Did you send me an email?
Yes, I did.
Okay, stay with me a second. Let's get you on the screen. So let me see if I can send this link right now. No, that's not it. Hold on. Skyler Saunders wants to cam up. Where is the link? Okay, I think this is it. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get you on the screen, man. There you go. Okay. Check your email, Skyler.
Okay, good to go.
All right. Thank you.
On it right now.
Okay. Skyler Saunders wants to tap in. Maurice. Okay. Yeah. I got your email, Maurice, with regards to what should be considered as punishment, along with some jail time for people like that. That video was heartbreaking. The little boy sitting in the carriage and he put his head down. Sheesh. And she was arrested, for those who don't know, the mother in Mississippi, but she bonded out, just talking hella crazy, okay? Let's go back to the phone lines here. Area code 732. Good evening. We're talking about Nicki Minaj. I'm saying she took an L. Are you there? 732. Yes,
what's going on? It's Rob from Jersey.
Hey, man, how are you? It's cracking.
All is well. I wanted to speak more to what Shannon Sharp said, if that's cool.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's right. I think having Taylor Swift, have all this visibility, it helps with marketing the NFL product to white viewers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, in that case, I don't think, I think the NFL strategy is to attract those viewers. So comparing Taylor Swift and Beyonce, naturally, Taylor Swift is the right pick.
I hear you with regards to white viewers, but now can we also say safe, the safe genre? The genre that's not running around making diss tracks, shooting, fighting, and killing each other at concerts and venues. The safe genre.
Yeah, I would call it the faith genre. And also, I mean, just look at how Taylor Swift is branded. She kind of has like the whole girl next door thing going. Yeah. And I just think, naturally the white audience would connect with that more than, Beyonce's branding and the messages and tones of her music.
Are you saying Beyonce is a hood booger? What are you saying?
I don't know. I never met Beyonce before, so I can't really speak to that.
You don't have to meet her, sir, but we're talking about the audience that one of these artists could bring to the table. Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl. I mean,
Beyonce's not a hood booger. I mean, I think she's a very classy, sophisticated woman.
Does she attract hood boogers and mammies? The degenerates. I don't give a fuck. Is that Beyonce's audience?
I would say, yeah, that's an element of her audience, not her core audience.
Okay. You have the floor. I'm just trying to throw you a couple of curveballs. Pause.
Yeah, no, that was all, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I appreciate the show.
Thank you, man.
I sent you an email not too long ago. I spoke to Dana briefly. I mean, not Dana, Amy.
Okay.
So I would love to hear back and try to connect with you offline.
An email about what, sir? If she didn't forward the email to me, then maybe she doesn't think it's something I would be interested in. What's it?
Okay, no, I just wanted to contribute to the show in different capacities. I work in media and entertainment.
Okay.
I have a company myself. I sent her my deck and some other assets related to my work. So I think it might be worth your time. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you right now. Have you ever donated to the show?
Yeah, absolutely. My last donation was like a $20 donation, maybe a month or two ago.
Well, send me an email and a screenshot of your donation, and I'll pay attention to the email. If you don't donate to this show, I don't want to talk to you. I'm funny style like that.
Oh yeah, no, I've been following you for a long time, so I definitely try to donate.
Send a screenshot so I can know who I'm talking to. Otherwise, I won't bother. I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir. I ain't got no fans. You either support the machine or you don't. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Skyler Saunders, good to see you, sir. What's cracking? We shaking.
Salute.
All right.
Salute. Can you hear me well? Am I on?
Are you on the road? Where are you, man? Because you and I spoke earlier.
No, I'm at home, but can you hear what I'm saying?
I can hear you loud and clear, man. And
okay, good to go.
I can see you as well.
Good to go.
Okay. So, Shannon Sharp, you up to speed? He says that Beyonce does not move the needle with regards to the NFL like Taylor Swift, and she almost has Michael Jackson presence at this point in time.
I'm not up to speed. I did not research this, but I just heard it from you, exclusive. But
you're calling it about the Nicki Minaj,
yes,
Megan Thee Stallion, because you wrote an article. Pardon me. Go ahead.
Yes,
go ahead.
I wrote an article on vocal.media. Great site, put up work, you get paid. Simple as that. But getting to the point, I wrote this is a bar of mine. I have to pat myself on the back. I said this: Nicki has bars and has been a renowned artist who has broken records as a singer-songwriter, but none of that will save her from Megan's wrath. While it may seem as if people will say that Nicki has sold more than Megan, who listens to stream numbers or album sales. So that's why I was just breaking down how people would say, "Oh, well, she sold 100 million albums. She don't, she's in the streaming era. She's got hundreds of millions of streams."
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. That's great. But when it comes down to a battle or beef, none of that matters. Your standards are totally different. The amount of sales you have, it's wonderful, great. I'm happy for her. But Megan destroyed, like you said, I can't say another word. Destroyed. And this is official because I wrote the article before you even got to this. Before we even chatted it up.
Right.
I said that she took her wrath. And she did.
If I can jump in for a second, this all started Friday when Megan released the single Hiss. So here we are Monday, the track, the reference to Megan's Law. And I didn't hear Nicki Minaj's rant on her radio show, wherever that is. Is it Apple or somewhere, guys? I mean, I've heard little clips in the past, but I'm not a subscriber. So I guess either Friday night or Saturday, Nicki got in her feelings. She starts kicking up a bunch of dust. I did hear part of what she said about a Bigfoot. She released a little clip first, a little clip of the track Bigfoot. And then we've got the full audio, which is out now. And the Barbs are saying, this is trash. You need help. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. When your own fan base or supporter base, whatever the case may be, are reacting, it's like saying, girl, you didn't, don't, you shouldn't have done. When they're like that, that's when it's dangerous. I wrote an article back in 2018 that said that Nicki Minaj's career is over, and then people said, "Oh, this aged like milk. Oh, this is but she's in a pivotal point. She can go one way or the other."
So I did not get a chance to read your article yet. We are going to post that tomorrow morning in the community section. Where are we now with regards to this feud? This is a feud.
This is a feud. Yes.
It got personal.
Not a beef. I want to make sure it's not beef.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that the guns come out, honestly, because we need a body. Social media, we need a body. So I'm hoping
that's another thing to do.
Hang on. Where are we at now with regards to the back and forth? Is it over? I don't think Megan Thee Stallion needs to say anything. I think this was a headshot, a kill shot. Pow! Nicki's on tour. Where does this end?
Can I say where it doesn't end?
Go ahead.
I wrote that this doesn't have to end like Minister Louis Farrakhan raising their hands and smiling and saying that they're companions again, they're friends. I think this feud should last forever. I think she can, nobody has to be laid down. We disagree on that. I don't think the body, but I think that the feud should continue. It should still be in, and they can make a movie of it later on or something like that. So some filmmakers.
Okay, well, I want a body. I got to get these numbers up even higher. Skyler, good to talk to you, man.
Great talking to you. I'm glad this was able to be a fruitful excursion.
Yeah. Salute. Okay.
Take care.
Skyler Saunders tapping in. Good man he is. Good man. Troll babies. Anybody else want a body? Yes. This is hold on a second, guys. This is social media. We have to feed these algorithms. We've just come out of the holiday season, Anybody want to chime in? Jess Hilarious has officially joined the Breakfast Clubs. Anybody care? Also, guys, MikaraBeauty.com. That's one of my sponsors. Please go there for gender neutral lipstick. And they've got other items coming as well. Okay, hold on a second. Deeds says, okay, yeah, I saw that. Someone sent me that. Thank you, Deeds. When Megan Thee Stallion was on or called in to the Breakfast Club, one of the guys asked her who was the track Hiss directed at. And then Megan's response was, a hit dog gonna holla. Okay. That's a very old saying. All right. Guys, I'm coming back to the phone lines here shortly. Hold on a second. And I want to make sure that I'm promoting my new sponsors. Mr. Controversy, I got your other donations, sir. I'm not sure where you're going, but thank you. Yeah, guys, I want to stay on topic tonight. This is a big story. This is the biggest story. Sadly, people are more concerned with this than the black soldiers that were killed. Anybody want to talk about that? I mean, I'm always up to speed on world events and politics, but people are more concerned with the bullshit. Brian, I got your donation. Thank you so much. He says, salute to Mr. Skyler Saunders. He stays supporting. Yes, he does. And I support that man as well. Blade says, salute to Meg for clapping back. Now I want to see a rap beef between Ye and Ben Shapiro. Ye's next album should be entitled Enter the 36. Oh, whoa. I caught that. I almost read that. Wow. Blade, I think Ye, aka Kanye West, should be arrested for robbery. He took that woman's phone out of her hand. If you guys know what I'm talking about, some paparazzi, and she's filming him and walking with him. He's got the mask on. I just saw that earlier today. He snatches her phone. That's a robbery charge. Anybody in that live chat ever been arrested for robbery? I was one time. I slapped something out of somebody's hand, and it felt out. I was charged with robbery. Thank you, Blade, for your. Oh, and Blade, we well, not tonight. I don't want to put too much on the table. WAC 100. They're now saying he's or he was or is a confidential informant. We'll talk about that later, okay? Let's go back to the phone lines here. Area code 623. Good evening, Nicki Minaj. Did she get destroyed? Did she take an L? Are you there? 623.
Hey, what's going on, sir? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good, bless. Man, Nikki is tripping. Like, staying up late, ain't taking care of her kids, going at Meg, and Meg doing the right thing. She's not responding, not saying nothing, doing exactly what she's supposed to do. She got in, hit it, dipped.
Okay, what did you think about the track Hiss, and what did you think about Nikki's response? Did you hear Bigfoot?
I heard Bigfoot, yeah. I heard Bigfoot. I like the bars in Bigfoot. Megan's Law. I know that the family's not too excited about the whole situation, but
they're trying to sue Megan Thee Stallion, according to multiple reports. The family of the young girl, Megan, who that law is named after, trying to sue Megan Thee Stallion. Go ahead.
Yeah, which doesn't make too much sense. I don't know. It's a law. I don't know what you can do with that, but I get it.
Well, anybody can file a lawsuit, sir. Anybody can file a frivolous lawsuit, and if they have any type of legal precedent, they can say, well, hey, you've caused pain, with regards to this family. But I don't think they would have a case. But you never know. You never know. Everything's different now, and all sorts of insensitivity and things like that. So they may. Somebody may say, okay, well, look, we'll give you $100K. Just let's all play nice. You never know. It might be a bag. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I mean, nowadays it's a headline. That's all it takes. And so quick money, get rid of the lawsuit. But I thought it was decent. I feel like Nikki, as far as her previous tracks, songs, bars, I feel like she could have went way harder. But I just don't think at this point she has much to say. It felt tired. She was tweeting the same details. I feel like Meg came out of nowhere. You can honestly feel like she's been holding on to that for the last few years and said what she needed to say. I'll be interested to see if Drake says anything.
I don't think so. I think Drake will just, play the background on this one. I mean, the crowd has spoken, the consensus of Nicki's audience, if you ask me. Did you read any of the comments? Not that you had to, but I mean, I was looking through the comments on her YouTube channel. Her fan base is saying you need to go to rehab. This is trash. I mean, they're getting at her. It's pretty much a landslide.
Absolutely. There's a girl that I work with who just bought Nicki tickets to her show out here in a few months.
Okay.
Diehard Barb. And she basically was texting. I had to text her, get what her thoughts were. And she's like, no, she's tripping. She sounds erratic. Like, I'm talking about barb head to the barb head, and does not agree at all with what's going on and how she's approaching it. She seems desperate, seems pressed per her.
Are you guys going to the concert? Are you going to go see Nicki?
No, the girl I work with, she's the one that's saying all this. I wanted to actually reach out to a barb and kind of get their thoughts, and she thinks they're stripping too. But no, I'm not going.
Is your girl going? You said she has tickets.
No, the girl I work with has tickets.
Oh, good.
Not my girl.
Okay.
A girl I work with, yeah. But also, if I could, I wanted to comment on the Shannon Sharp situation.
Please, yeah.
I feel like at this point he understands media extremely well. I don't think his comments were not they were pre-selected. He knew exactly what he was doing. It's all feeding the machine, himself, the NFL, everybody involved. And I think the NFL played it exactly like how they were supposed to, with getting this woman who can come in. The number one thing that women love to buy, the number one purchasers, first of all, sell merch. Tickets, not so much. I mean, if you got people fighting over Stanley Cups,
yeah,
they're definitely going to buy the merch. And it's extremely important for them to find a new audience, because the NFL has gotten dry over the last few years. And I think that right now it's a play for the new audience, the younger generation. Taylor Swift still applies to that. Beyonce, I get Shannon's point, but that's a previous generation, in my opinion. And I think that it's a long-term play beyond this season to get a new audience and continue that revenue, because Roger Goodell came in and said, I'm going to make you guys more money, and he's doing it strategically. And I think Shannon's a part of that.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good night.
Okay. I watched the NFL games during the playoffs. I tried during the regular season. It's not that I'm so much of an older guy. I think it's so contrived. Everything's about a bag now. Nobody's loyal to a team. Everybody wants to be traded. Nobody really wants to play hard anymore because they don't want to get hurt and screw up endorsement deals. The excitement for me watching football is not still there. I still watch hockey pretty consistently. I just got back into hockey, having grown up playing hockey in the 70s and then loving hockey in the 80s and in the 90s. And then I pulled back because I just got focused doing other things. But the NFL, I don't know. And I think it's the Super Bowl shows that turned me off. Just too much talk about the halftime performers, It's like, Jesus Christ, is it really just about the commercials now and who's going to perform? But I get it. All right. Guys, I want to put something else on the table. We've got a lot going on tonight, but hang on a second. I want to put some respect on Corey Holcomb's name. Never met him. Salute to him in the 5150 show. Okay. Corey Holcomb, thank you, sir. Thank you for confirming to me at my age, 59 years of age, no biological children that I know of. Nobody, well, people have claimed they were my kids, but nobody has sued me. Thank you for confirming to me that me being chicken shit is the best thing for me. I don't know his daughter. I'm not going to say anything sideways about his daughter, but he went 10 toes down about something with regards to his daughter being disrespectful. And then he used some choice words at her. And I just said, you see, that's what I don't want to be in life. Because I would say and do the same thing he said. Can I get an amen in the live chat? If anybody else on that type of time, I don't give a fuck if you're my son, my daughter. If you violate, I must demonstrate. I'm one of them old type of niggas. Yeah, that's an old saying. If you violate, I must demonstrate. So the question on the screen, Do your children respect you? That's you know, from watching Corey Holcomb on the 5150 show on YouTube, for those who don't know, legendary comedian and a social engineer. I agree with him. Do your children respect you? All that love shit is cool, but I'm not a forgiving person. I'm not in life. You disrespect me, it's fuck you. No, we're not going to have a conversation and talk like men. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck the whore that gave birth to you. Fuck everything you love. I don't need you. I'm self-made. I don't have a baby mama, so I can't see accepting disrespect like that. And in today's world, the kids, you damn near can't trust the kids. You hurt a kid's feeling. The kid runs the goddamn social media. The last thing I want to say about this before I get back to the phones and to Cash App and Super Chat and so on and so forth. Look at my associate, not a friend, Russell Simmons. We never hung out. Never hung out. We had lunch. We had meetings at his office, industry parties, but we never hung out. Look how that man has spoken highly of his daughters over the decades. Woo! And then something happened, and one of his daughters took his face. She didn't post the audio. You guys remember this? Clowning him for the world to see. And the last thing I'll say, because I want to open up the phone lines for you guys. Do your children respect you? What's the guy's name from that show, The Knight Rider? Michael. He was also on Baywatch. Hold on a second. I should know his name. What is that guy's name? I saw, there he is, there, David Hasselhoff. Years ago, I saw David Hasselhoff. I don't remember what year this was. He was drunk or coming down off of something. I don't know if it was a narcotic. I don't know, but the man is there trying to eat a cheeseburger on his fucking living room floor. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Or just some old shit? And his daughter is filming him. And then she posted, this was before Instagram, before you know, TikTok and all that shit. What year was that? And of course they ran with this, look, he's mistreating his daughter. No, bitch, I'm drunk. Leave me alone. You're living a life of luxury, whatever year that was. Okay, anyway, let's go back to the phone lines here. I want to continue the conversation that we're having this evening. It's a good conversation. Area code 330. You're there. Nicki Minaj, did she take an L? Was she destroyed, or did she bring the heat to Megan Thee Stallion? 330.
I'm right here, Star. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. My opinion is this: Nicki can never take a L against Megan Thee Stallion. Here's why. Nicki has had so many solo hits and collaborations, and if you all remember, Nicki bodied Jay-Z and Kanye West on the same track. Megan Thee Stallion has only had hit records with Cardi B and other artists, never nothing solo. And that's my opinion on that.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying I'm right, but you know, the landscape, her own audience, you know, is saying something totally the opposite of what you're saying. I went into those comments. I'm looking at her core base, the Barbs, and they're saying, nah, mama, this ain't it. And you need help. You know, you shouldn't have gone in this direction. as you get older, you can't be the person who claps back all the time. Believe me, I can kill most of these niggas. I can violate, and I can hit them with history and all sorts of shit. Some of these game goofy niggas think, oh, I was cooking star. No, you weren't. I'm just older. It's not that I don't want to give you any light, but you know, you don't affect me. You got no power, and you're probably a bum. I don't want your life. I don't want the bitch that has your kids. I don't want to be near you. You feel me? So you have to take that. I mean, I'm not saying that that's how she should look at Megan, but her audience is saying, nah, this ain't it. Okay, can you speak to why her audience is saying the opposite of what you're saying?
I think, and thank you for offering that, but I think her audience is saying those things in retaliation to Meg Thee Stallion, who I think is still coming up personally.
Okay.
However, I do want to go back to the comment about why didn't she go at Remy Ma.
Right.
The reason she didn't is because of what you just said. Remy Ma is on record for shooting. Not rapping, not anything like that. If young Nicki, like young Megan, goes at an older Nicki Minaj, who's at her prime, who's doing the thing, because at that time, Remy had leaned back, Fat Joe, the Terror, everything, and she had a case. So if this Megan Thee Stallion goes too far left, Nicki will respond, in my opinion, at this peak in her career.
When Remy Ma put out Sheether, that was 2017. What year did Remy Ma come home?
2000 and between, I think it's 15 or 16.
Okay. Remy Ma was not trying to go back to the penitentiary. She was released from prison in 2014. Sheether came out in 2017. Nobody believes that Remy Ma wanted to physically put hands or shoot Nicki Minaj. Please don't do that. Give Remy Ma the credit as a fucking lyricist and an artist who put that shit together and took her head off. She took Nicki's head off, man. You know, I mean,
Agreed.
I went back and listened to Sheether again today and said, God damn. And I had to say, well, where was the smoke for Remy? Because that was a direct at you and everything with regards to your character. Oh, Megan said, do you know the quote from Megan Thee Stallion?
I do. Megan's law. I do.
These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes be mad at Megan's law. Sheesh.
I will say this.
Come on.
I will say this to that. Nicki Minaj still, even though I believe what you said does have validity. However, when you're an artist and you're going against Remy Ma, you don't know her mentality. You need to be careful. In my opinion. I think on this right now, currently today, I think Nicki had an off day. She is still the queen. She's still the boss.
Okay. I gave you the last word, so I thank you for your call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I am not going to put the angry dark skin label on Remy Ma. No. No, she just put together that ether. She put together the ether. And Nicki Minaj, again, if you ask me, too old to be just that sensitive and in her feelings. You have to show grace as you get older. You have to show people, hey, you know, yeah, okay. Ha, 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 he. Even if you think you was cooking me. Again, I look at some, just a couple of people who may have said some shit to me, and then I'll comb through their IG pages. I'll look at the fucking wildebeest that they lay down with, or the ugly ass kids, and I'll say to myself, damn, I don't want your life. I don't want your life so much to the point where I'm going to keep my distance. I'm going to let you think you got it. Now, maybe she doesn't think like that about Megan, you know? But I'm just saying, from an older perspective, it can't just be, ha, 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 ha. She's too old for that. Just want to say that. Baha, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Supporting the machine. Thank you, Baha. Blade. Okay, Blade says, check your email. Blade says, nice save, nigga, but I almost got you to read it. Yes. Just a controversy. Star, Sky. Her looks like the boy we've all been looking for. Okay. I hear you. Thank you for your donation. Okay, yeah. Viewmaster 617. She's 6 foot. Bitch got a big foot. Yeah, that was cute. That was cute, but I don't know. Are you on the line? Area code 61. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of someone else. Let me go to area code 917. New York Exchange tapping in.
God.
Hey.
Finally, y'all was giving me a brain aneurysm. Star. Good night. How are you?
Who are you? Who are you?
I've called before. My name is Samantha.
Okay. I don't know you. Hang on. I don't know you. I'm popping. I don't have to pick up your call. Yeah. You wait like everybody else. Now, how can I help you?
I know. I was waiting, but Lord.
Yeah.
First of all,
I'm lit.
I'm on Twitter. You have to be on Twitter to kind of know what's going on, right? For anyone to really sit and think those 53,000 comments that are all negative and telling Nicki to go to the madhouse and stuff like that, for you to think those are not bots, they're bots. You have a lot of fake pages. The same thing Trump used to talk about, the fake pages, that's what's going on right now. If the song was so trash, it's sitting at 2.2 million views right now, just the audio alone, no visuals. It's sitting number 2. The song came out this morning at 12 a.m. It's sitting at number 2 on iTunes chart and steady growing. I'm on Twitter where her fans are eating it up. The reason why Nicki is able to prevail and has such a massive fan base, she gives her fans what they want. They have all been asking for Roman. If you have listened to Nicki's her past previous tracks, you would know how Roman sounds. You would know Roman's flow. You would know who Roman is. And Nicki gives her fans what they want, whether the mainstream understands it or not. And that's why they think we have a cult. Right now, let me tell you how genius this woman is. She put the actual track out and she put the acapella out. Right now on Instagram and Twitter, and mainly TikTok. Right now on TikTok, people are putting their own beats to the song. So this song will be around because everyone is trying to be a producer. Everyone's trying to have a big, hot track. The track got bars. I don't know what y'all listening to. What are y'all listening to? It's so crazy how Megan put out a 4-minute song and all we could think about is Megan Law. Of course, because Nicki's so dang emotional and I'm so upset that she even gave her this promo because where was this energy for Cobra? Where was this energy for Cobra? And Star, might I add?
Well, hang on. Hang on. I'm letting you speak. I let you speak.
I know I'm going in.
No, you're really not, but I'm letting you speak. Okay. No. So you are a Barb. You're a Nicki Minaj fan, yes?
I am a supporter. Yes, I am a fan.
Okay.
A diehard fan.
I'm too old to give a shit about everything you just said. If I gave a shit about all of that, something would be wrong with me. I, like most people, hang on. I let you speak. You are going to now let me speak. Okay. Stay in your place. I don't care about all the intricate details. In today's world, numbers do lie. People can buy subscribers. People can buy views. I'm talking about the common thread that people are saying, yo, why'd you go there? Why'd you do that? You're saying to me as a supporter, you just say you're not a fan, you're a supporter. She was justified for saying, conjure up your dead mother just over a bar that didn't reference her by name or her husband? You're saying that's justified?
Okay, can I say something?
Well, answer the question. Answer the question.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Wow. Because you can't say, well, you can't open the stage for disses. Okay, she didn't just say that. Did y'all? And that's what I'm saying. People did not listen to the song. In the song, Megan, after she dropped the Megan bar, she said, "Ish, you're a ussy, never gonna at me." That's what she said. You're PUSSY, and you're never going to come at me. You're never going to make it direct. Megan has also posted on Twitter, if an ad ain't put on it, it's not directed to me, right? So now that Nicki came out the gate and she's being direct, what's the problem? Here's the thing. Megan has been putting out disses. When she did the song with Bongos, she was like, bitches can't take me. What? They pop pills, but I'm the one they can't take. She's been putting disses out. Unfortunately, her disses don't stick.
Right.
Nicki Minaj, when she tell you to stay in your Tory lane, or we don't mess with horses since Christopher Reeve, or 40 cal make them dance like a go-go, it hits and it's effective. So she's going to always look like the bully. You know what I mean? But this has been brewing for a long time. It has been brewing.
Okay.
And my thing is...
Hang on. If I can jump in again, I'm letting you speak. Whether I agree with you or not, I'm letting you speak. So where was all of this smoke for Remy Ma behind Sheether? Where was all the smoke for her?
will say that was a shot. I don't think Nicki expected that, and it was very personal because I feel like at the time, I think she was going through her breakup.
Well, hang on. Excuse me. You just said that it was justified. Nicki Minaj going after Megan Thee Stallion's dead mother to prove her point. That's what you said. Now, hang on. Excuse me. If you cannot let me speak, I get you out of here. Slow down. Now, Sheether, you're saying was too personal? Make up your mind.
No, I never said it was too personal, Star. That's not what I said.
So where was the response? Where was the...
She did respond with no fraud. She did respond. She took a little bit longer, but she came out with no frauds. Do you remember?
No frauds.
Leave her one son over
No frauds had a line or two. It was not a response to Sheether. It was not.
It was a response. That was her main response. Well, remember, they came out when she was with Wayne and Drake. They said they make hit tracks, not diss tracks. They make hits and diss people on them. Sheether, no frauds was a response to Sheether. It was. You can't say it was not. She did reply. She took a long time. Now I just see how it's crazy how the waves have turned to where y'all are telling Megan
that response was trash. That was trash. But go ahead.
I mean, it might have been trash, but like I said, the song was very personal. It did really affect Nicki's career. It did. I will give Remy Ma and Papoose. They did a big one on that. They wrote an amazing track. Personally, I don't play it. I don't really sing anything. But when I'm in the club, I always hear what type of bitch lose her son over a stack. Okay? Rod took you to her dock, but you don't look like Rod. Left the operating table still look like nah. We don't talk about Sheether like that. Somebody quote Sheether for me.
It was a kill shot. Yeah, I don't blame you for not talking about it. Pow, you're dead.
It did damage.
Ether.
It did damage.
I'm
not a hypocrite.
Can you admit it was the ether? Can you just admit that?
She bodied Nicki. Yes, she did. She bodied her.
Okay.
But she may have won the war, but who won the battle? Or she won the battle, but who won the war? Because where is Remy? Where's her number one record? Huh?
I mean, if that's what you judge it by, you know. But okay, so you are in support of Nicki Minaj. I like the fact that someone is standing up for her, but I'm saying she got destroyed. Do you want to chime in on anything else with regards to Shannon Sharp, or do you want to finish up with Nicki Minaj and
that's it. That's all I want to say. I just want to say one last thing.
Go ahead.
I want to say one last thing. Megan is saying that she's an independent artist. No, she is not. She is getting backed by Rock Nation. She's getting pushed by Rock Nation. And my thing is, if you have 3 Grammys, why are you selling a song on iTunes for 69 cents? Why is her song so cheap, Star?
Well, her stock.
It's a new song.
Her stock's going up now. Stock's going up now.
The stock's going up now, and well, let's see, because she put a song out and it didn't go. So unless she's going to continue to keep dissing Nicki, she always free falls. She came out. She did a song for the Color Purple track, flop. She did a song for Mean Girls, flop. It's in the bubbling under 100. Good. So Nicki boosted her. And I'm so mad Nicki let her get under her skin. She should have just dropped her track and called it a day, but it is what it is.
I thank you for your call.
Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. See, I'll let you speak. Give you the last word. Penelope, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Spirit, are you tapping in Spirit? Hang on a second. Spirit, there's a link if you want to cam up. I see a Janet. Do you want to cam up? Scotland, I got your Scotland. Aren't we giving you some shine here? Hold on a second. I want to make sure I have your information on the screen. Okay, siptrinity.com. You're going to be the first banner when I end this broadcast. Scotland, thank you for tapping in. Sip Trinity. Okay, thank you for your support. Frank White got your donation. Okay, I think I saw that, Mr. Controversy. I'm not sure. I watch a lot of movies on the free movie website. I watch so many to the point where the title doesn't necessarily stick. But thank you for the suggestion. I will circle back and see if I saw it. Okay, someone's asking about promotion. We'll get to you after the show. Let's go to area code 646. Good evening, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion. Did Megan destroy Nicki? Are you there? 646. If not, we have to go. In 5. Let me bring in another area code. 201, actually. 201, good evening. Are you there?
Peace, star salute. Rob
Hey.
Lowe 2000.
Rob Lowe, how are you, man? Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad you just had that dialogue with that fanatic, because that shows you the degree of understanding that people have where you're trying to explain something to them about, hey, how come this person didn't respond, or look what just happened, and the delusion. No, nothing happened. Nicki's still the greatest. Nicki did this. Nicki did that. Once again, I
like to have discussions. It doesn't have to be my way, and you don't have to agree with me.
No. It's not about your way. It's about having an objective conversation and being able to understand and break down certain things to where people you don't have to agree, but you can understand. She does not understand that Nicki got destroyed, and yes, Megan gave her bars, and it was a well thought out song. And the rhymes, she rhymed on it without using the same word. Like Nicki Minaj, foot. That's not rhyming. And it was an emotional response. Like I was about to say, Megan did not necessarily destroy her. Nicki destroyed herself in her own emotional response.
Bingo.
That's what happened here. And this is what happens. This is what happens almost every single time with these type of incidents that Nicki Minaj gets into. All of these are emotional responses. And I guarantee you that this whole thing between her and Megan is triggered by the fact that Megan is doing songs with Cardi B. It's nothing bigger than that. It's not anything deeper. This all has to do with every single one of these females, is that Nicki wants these females to move in a way that is beneficial to her at the detriment to each and every one of these other female rappers' own careers.
Yeah.
They all have to worship her. Everything has to move in her way. And this is what I was trying to tell you before when we were talking about Nicki Minaj, that Nicki Minaj was created within a vacuum of that time period of when Lil' Kim was on the sunset of her career. Where Nicki Minaj was made, there was no other female artists that were out that were strong at the time. Remy Ma went to jail.
Yeah.
So a machine pushed and backed her whole career during that whole time to the point where she got She got used to being out by herself. And then amongst Drake and what's the other one? Wayne.
Right.
So being in that vacuum, in that bubble, when another MC came out, when Remy finally came out of jail, and it was beyond the point of where she could just keep sitting back and letting these subliminals because that's what was going on here, subliminals. And when Remy Ma responded, Remy Ma destroyed her. This was no.
If I can jump in and say this, Rob Lowe, I think that weak ass no frauds response, I think that exposed Nicki. It wasn't just Sheether. The fucking response was like, wow, that's all you got?
That was horrible. It was horrible
my God.
You see, this whole thing where they're trying to, this whole thing that Nicki Minaj tried to do where I got bars, but then you try to rely on your star power. And it's like, no. If you're rapping, you got to rap your way out of this. If you're MCing, you got to MC your way out of this. And she does not do that. And all of these barbs, like this last caller, you were saying, she was like, oh, how come she got to do this? And how come she got to do that? Nah, she actually just put a song out. And however she makes her money is how she makes her money. Yeah. But your artist is the one that has bots. Your artist is the one that has a machine behind her. And this has happened before over the years, and it's thinning out. Her own people were like, yeah, you know what? You should have sat this one out, or you should have stayed quiet.
Yeah.
They're telling you should have stayed quiet because
it's not that you don't have smoke for newer people coming up. It's just like, okay, go ahead and do you.
Listen, Megan's kill shot was her saying Megan's law. That's not even so hard of a shot. It's the truth.
Right.
That's something that Nicki can't get. She can't get away from that. She can't get from under that because that's your husband and that's your brother. That's your emotional responses. That's you trying to defend something that's indefensible. Right. You cannot defend your husband. Wherever you go, that's who you are. You got to
never mind her husband. Hang on, Rob. I didn't mean to cut you.
Everybody knows where you live.
Never mind her husband, her brother. Whoa! When you read the deep,
everybody knows where you live.
I don't want Rob. Let's not put that. I don't want to put that on the table. Let's not do that. But the reality of what her brother was convicted for. Whoa! Never mind her husband. So you're right. The line or the what Megan said, pardon me, about Megan's law was crazy. Go ahead, finish up, Rob.
Well, I'll end it on this note. I'll end it on this note.
Go ahead.
The anger and the response, the triggeredness, the going back and forth, the over and over and over again of, you're talking about someone's dead mother.
Yeah.
That is tasteless. And that is at the heart. That is at the heart and the mental state of what's going on here. This is not the actions of a superstar this is not the I'm not even gonna get into that queen talk, but this is not the attitude and the movement of someone that has it all together and is untouchable and can rely on her skill. And that's where she would also run into a problem with Cardi B, because regardless of whatever, Cardi B's lyrical capacity, even though they're all not saying anything, is much more in depth than Nicki Minaj.
Rob, I'm going to take the calls, man. Thank you.
Salute.
Okay. All right. Officer Rob Lowe tapping in. Sounded like he was transporting a prisoner or something. Great guy, though. Wait a minute.
Hey. What's going on, man? What's popping? What's going on, man?
Thank you for tapping in, man. We spoke earlier. Whoo, Shannon Sharp. What are your thoughts? Don't follow me. I kind of agree with him with what he's saying about Taylor Swift moving the needle and Beyonce not moving the needle like Taylor Swift, but when he started to go down that Michael Jackson path, whoa. Your thoughts, please.
Yeah, my thoughts on the situation, especially with Taylor Swift, is like a 32-year-old woman who acts like a 16-year-old girl, and there's a bunch of white women who still act like 16-year-old girls, and that's why Taylor Swift resonates with them so much. Number two, to compare her to Beyonce, it's fair in a way where Beyonce, outside of selling her music and her tickets, is not a good person for merch deals and brand deals, because if you really pay attention to Beyonce, she doesn't promote anything outside of her music and herself, right? But when you want to
no. Beyonce had a whole clothing line that flopped. Yeah, she had all sorts of she had a big deal too. That shit flopped.
No, that's my point. Anything that she's promoting outside of her songs and herself flops.
Okay.
Whereas Taylor Swift, when you put her with certain brand deals, like with certain merch deals, it's profitable, i.e. the NFL. You put her with the NFL.
And if I can say this, you said Taylor Swift is 32. According to Wikipedia, she's 34. So in reality, she's probably 35 or 36. But yeah, she appeals towards a younger demographic. And, you know, it's not so much that her music is bubblegum, but it's safe. It's safe. And parents feel okay, you know, allowing their daughters and sons to purchase. Here, you want to use my debit card? Okay. Or here's a credit card. Go get your Taylor Swift tickets. Go ahead and download, purchase, whatever. It's safe, right?
Not only that, Star, those little girls and those teeny bops that were teenagers around when she first came out are now the parents. They're the adults. They're the ones who are putting their kids on Taylor Swift and also buying the tickets. So now she has doubled down and tripled down on her fan base to all the moms who have daughters. Now, when it comes to Michael Jackson, one thing that I am so tired of is every month they keep trying to bring up Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, some obscure white person that won't move the needle outside of their respective country. Right. They're always trying to put with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the originator of the Super Bowl halftime show. Michael Jackson broke records that will never be topped to this day.
Cross boundaries.
Right. Now, if you want to say certain artists are making more money than him with inflation, yeah, of course. Yeah. But nobody's more profitable than him. So I think Shannon Sharp kind of spoke out of turn in a way, but I'm not saying he's necessarily wrong because he does work on that side of the entertainment field and that close to the NFL. Mm-hmm. He may be seeing certain profit margins that we may not be privy to actually having access to. So he might have a point there. I may just disagree because I'm black.
Well, no, he did a breakdown on some numbers, and he had a source, you know, with regards to what he was saying. So I respect what he was saying. If I can just say this, I like the chemistry between him and Chad Johnson, aka Ocho Cinco. I want them to stay on social media. I don't want to see them on ESPN watered down, and then it becomes, you know, contrived and predictable. The show Nightcap doing some great numbers, and I like its flow. What do you say about it?
I absolutely like it too. And the thing I like about it the most is I feel like Shannon Sharp is taking his platform and kind of paying it forward with Chad Ochocinco. I feel like he's pretty much, I got my platform. I am who I am. But there's other guys like Chad, there's other guys like the Pivots, other former athletes that if I give them a platform and they're able to articulate their points, they're able to engage in the audience, and I can introduce them to a wider net of sports fans and just people, then maybe Ocho can get a job. Maybe Ocho can get a check. I like about it the most is that, like you said earlier before, he lets Shannon speak, but he also has the expertise and the credentials to get his point across too.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it the most. He's not no bum nigga. A lot of these athletes, a lot of these rappers, they'll do a pod and they'll grab their best friend or they'll grab some
go
at with him. And when they go back and forth, what I see, when they go back and forth, they get passionate. It's like, even though Shannon Sharp usually schools Ocho, he's kind of teaching Ocho how to debate on that type of platform. It's kind of like a class that he's showing him.
I like his interjections. He lets Shannon talk, and then he said, yo, you tripping. Now, hang on a second, because of course, you know, I'm with the bullshit. I knew him, as many of us did, from when he and Evelyn Lozada had that domestic thing. Didn't he butt her in the head and split her dome? What year was that?
This was like 2000, I want to say 2010 or 11. And what was the bad thing about it was the Miami, you know, they have the Hard Knock series, right? The Miami Dolphins had the Hard Knock series that offseason. Right. He got signed and was released on camera by Joe Feldman, like the second or third episode. Like, he didn't even last the preseason. He headbutted Evelyn. She called the cops. cost him his bag and his career, and then got with Carl Crawford, man. Just scandalous, man. Stop headbutting these women, Chad.
Well, he's moved on. But I just wanted to say that I was kicking his back in for a lot of years, and I forgot when that happened. Anyway, hey man, walk me through what's going on with Nicki Minaj, her response, Bigfoot to Megan Thee Stallion's hiss. Your thoughts? What do you feel about this?
Well, my thoughts at the end of after I heard the Bigfoot track, I just wanted both women to just shut the hell up and get back in the kitchen. Because at the end of the day, nobody's getting shot. Nobody's pulling up on nobody. Kenneth Petty ain't hiding behind the trash cans looking for Meg like he was Offset. So what we doing? Was there funny punchlines in there? Of course there are funny punchlines. What was the Nicki?
Did you hit the bars?
Yeah, I heard.
Honestly.
One of my favorite bars that she had was when she said, she called her the B word, said, "You better stop that dialogue before I hit Carl and buy your catalog." I like that bar a lot because it kind of showed like, hey, nigga, I'll end up, you know what I'm saying? I'll own your stuff. You keep talking crazy. And one thing that I hate the most is I don't like niggas who talk too much in the song, right? I don't like the fact that Meg talked in the beginning of her record, and I don't like the fact that instead of giving us a third verse that could have cooked Meg, niggas going on a rant at the end that didn't resonate with nobody. Like, what are you talking about? Give us more.
She was on a perky toward the end, Nicki Minaj. I don't know. I have no proof that she does perks, but just it sounded like that, you know?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I really did like the Bigfoot line when she premiered it, but if you didn't have any bars better or catchier than that Bigfoot line that you premiered, then you should have just dropped the song without hyping it up. Because if you just would have dropped the song right after his came out, I think it would have had a bigger impact. But because you premiered it, you got everybody geared up, hyped up. You got niggas jumping out the window talking about Nicki's a lyricist. Nicki's going to bar her up. And as much as we love Nicki Minaj, Meg might have won on this case because at the end of the day, Meg, I felt like we didn't have any expectations for her to even drop a diss record. So maybe her expectations were lower and she exceeded.
I think she did win this battle, Megan Thee Stallion. The whole getting all bent out of shape. And she went live on the gram and I guess somewhere on her radio show. Where is her show? Is it on Apple or something like that?
I don't know if it's on Apple anymore, but I know she still does her Queen Radio. It might be on Apple.
To be respectful, she went on a whole goddamn rant. So this went beyond just a diss track. Let me see, Queen Radio.
And my main thing too with it, to be honest, I don't want to start any issues, but is it safe to say FBA 1 Caribbean 0?
I was trying not to go there.
I'm gonna go there and start. FBA ain't playing with them. FBAs ain't playing with them. Tell the Trinis, take this hot L. You know what I'm saying? Go back in the lab. FBA up. Stop playing with FBAs right now, man. You coming to the mic, you better get your bars up, dog, because Meg ain't playing with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Meg fan, but I got to go FBA first. You know what I'm saying? You can
Here we go. Apple Music is where Queen Radio is. I've heard, little pieces. I can't say I've ever heard like a full episode, but I want to give her credit. And what she has done over the years has been phenomenal in terms of her impact, her legacy, her contributions, all that sort of jazz. But again, sometimes, it doesn't benefit you to just clap back. But then there are people who say, well, Megan kept on poking her. I don't want to know the intricate details of my age. I don't want to follow all the little every little nuance that happens between them. I got a life, but this is the biggest story. Anything else we need to talk about? When's your next episode coming out?
Yeah, my next episode, me and my producer J-Dub going to be doing episode 103 tomorrow of Perspectives Facts podcast. But I want to say this too. Meg, at the end of the day, Meg has to drop an album. Meg has to have another smash record. His single is going to come today. It's going to be gone by the end of the week. Meg's team, people who are invested in Meg, they need a hit record to introduce her album. Because at the end of the day, these rap beefs can be cool. Ice Spice can be beef with Lotto. Everybody can be going back and forth. But what Nicki Minaj did, smart, dropped her album first, set the bar sky high. The year opened up. She's about to go on tour. I can drop a diss record every week on you hoes. My number's already in. The tour is booked. You women not only have to respond with a hot record, but y'all sooner or later gonna have to drop y'all albums, and we're gonna see like what we're doing right now, Star. All this talking, Meg won this, Cardi won that. Nicki proved when it's time to turn that album in and the numbers come back, all this back and forth we're doing right now, all this banter, don't matter, bro. Is that bottom line. And that's what
does Ice Spice have an album coming out? I like her new single, Thank You the Shit. Does she have an album coming out?
You ain't even a fart. You ain't even a fart. So I'm talking about, man, bars.
And
bars.
she makes reference to her. She says, "I ain't your mammy" or something like that.
Hey,
Hit or miss is
Told
nothing.
Lotto, hey, said, why she on the Told Lotto, get up off the floor. Come on, man.
Does she have an album coming out?
Not that I know of. She had that EP that dropped earlier last year.
Okay.
I don't think she has any album on the horizon so far, but my main point, just to close that out, is this, Star. We can go back and forth.
No. Before you go, we're not going to close it out just yet. Baltimore Ravens. What happened?
Star. And we talked last week, and niggas was trying to get off.
Come closer. What happened?
Listen, what happened was, like every other year, black folk want to get behind a black quarterback or a black team. We get on social media. We let the Ryan Clarks and the Stephen A's hit the Hucklebuck on TV talking about for the coach of this, for the coach of that. And because we love symbolism, we get behind Lamar, and he folded. The biracial man came in there with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, hit Justin Tucker's placeholder thing, ate a sandwich in their house, didn't give them none, kicked them out, and then told them niggas, we won a championship, and then had a disrespect of Baltimore.
What happened?
I got a phone call, and I think it switched my Wi-Fi from the hotspot to the
gotcha.
But anyways, all I was saying was this: the same thing what happened to Cam Newton. Same thing happened to the 14 Seahawks, 98 Falcons, 17 Falcons, 04 Eagles, 03 Panthers. Every time historically black people get behind a black quarterback or the perceived black team, the NFL is not having it. I'm gonna lay my plane with this. Roger Goodell seen all of us talking about the nigga bowl between Baltimore and niggas with Detroit coming with the Cartier buffs during Black History Month with Usher performing at halftime. Roger Goodell said, not on my watch.
Okay.
Not on my watch.
Okay. Good to talk to you, man.
Absolutely. Have a great show, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Florida boy Jay tapping in. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg got your donation. Elvis, do you want to tap in? You want to cam up? Okay. Area code 973. Janet, good evening. Are you there? Janet. On Monday night.
Hi, Star. How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Do you see my title? Nicki Minaj gets destroyed by Megan Thee Stallion. I think she destroyed herself on this particular feud. What say you, Janet?
Well, I think she's just I think she's tired with all the implications that has to do with her husband.
Okay.
And I think she just went a little bonkers. I really do. I mean, like, the girl is talented. There's no doubt about it. I'm quite sure, I don't know her personally, but I'm quite sure she's she might be a nice person. You know, she haven't proved otherwise. You know, she hasn't put anybody in jail.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
She hasn't put anybody in jail. Talk about, he said, dance, be dance. So, you know.
Come on.
Nobody ever proved that point in court. So I don't even understand what all the conversation. I'm waiting for somebody to prove that point. Everybody in that case say that didn't happen. So if that didn't happen, then the shooting didn't happen. I don't understand it. It's just 1, 2, 3, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, but I heard both songs, the Bigfoot song, and I heard the his song. The Bigfoot song I thought was funny.
Okay.
I got a lot of laughs out of that, you know, because it was just, you know, spilling the tea.
It was clever. You know, it was clever. That's what she does. It was clever. But do you think that what prompted this, you know, was something that wasn't that deep, and she made it into something, and she has now shown her not just a chink in the armor, but her weakness.
Well, you know what? It might have been that straw. It might have been a straw. You know, straw that broke the camel back. It might have, you know, we look at a straw and say, oh, that's not going to hurt anything. But that just might have been the one that just, and that was it.
Now, before you go, Shannon Sharp, what do you think about what he said about, hold on a second, Beyonce doesn't move the needle like Taylor Swift with regards to the NFL?
Well, she doesn't. You got to realize, Taylor Swift, she comes from a Jersey, South Jersey. That's, you know, it's in the blood. You know, that's
she's actually from Pennsylvania. She's from Pennsylvania. She spent summers in Stone Harbor, which is where I live now. She spent summers here, but she's from Pennsylvania.
Well, you know, they call Pennsylvania the city in South Jersey. So well, so you're right, but they are big sports people. They you know, it's the culture. It's their culture. So she will be more accepted in a sports arena than Beyonce would, because Beyonce doesn't have a history connected to any types of sports activities whatsoever. It's all been glam with her. It's all been glam. And football is not glam. It's a hard knock life. You know?
So you're saying it doesn't have that much to do with the music itself and the safer genre audience, if you will?
I'm sorry?
You're gonna disregard the safer genre and the music that, you know, is more lighthearted and fun and loving, as opposed to the, you know, Beyonce hip hop edge, you know, rambunctious, independent woman. I don't need no man.
Well, Taylor Swift, most of her music is geared to women that are getting over relationships, or, you know, just, you know, inside of a family condition. And you're right, Beyonce music is more edgier, which is not conducive to the apple pie type of life that American football calls for, American baseball calls for. All these things calls for the pie in the sky, the apple pie, the Thanksgiving and things as such.
Okay.
You know, it's you know, it's just the way it is. And Taylor Swift and all her whiteness represents that.
Okay.
And Beyonce does not. And that's just the way it is. So she will not be able to move that needle.
Oh,
like
Jen, I'm
Taylor
sorry.
Swift.
Before you go, did you see the black mother in Mississippi with the 2-year-old in the shopping cart freezing in a pamper?
Yeah, in the plastic bag, and he had a black plastic bag covering him.
Come on.
And his teeth was it was like shattering. You know, it was like, you know, he was so cold, and I felt so bad that she was going on. And I'm like, well, you got on clothes. What makes you think that he don't need clothes on? You know,
are you going to stick up for her in any way, shape, or form? Because, you know, the majority of people who saw that want that woman not just in jail, but they want the boy taken away from the mother. You always seem
he should be taken away.
Oh, okay.
He should be taken away.
Go ahead.
He should be. At that very moment, they should have came and took that challenge. They should have took that challenge and got him warmth and everything. And figured the rest out later on. But that child was surely in danger. And she herself, maybe she wasn't in her right state of mind, but she was in the right state of mind to get herself dressed.
Okay.
You understand? That's the only thing I'm saying. Just, yeah, they should have took that baby right then and there, and it should have been no questions about it.
Hold on a second. Florida boy Jay sent me a text, said they took the kids away from the lady. Okay, good. Thank you,
Good.
FBJ. Thank you.
Okay. Good. And let her go out. it's awful. You see this type of stuff, and your heart just go out. It's just too much cruelty in the world today, and it's getting worse because
So you have no excuses for that black woman. You have no excuses for her. She should be in the penitentiary. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She should have been arrested. She should. You know what?
The war on mammies continue.
About feeling sorry for mothers and stuff like that. They claim that they can't do it. One day I was coming home from work, and I seen this. I was in Newark at the time, and it was this crackhead, and it was Easter, and she was taking her kids to church. And then I came home and I looked at my sister and I told my mom this, right? Because I always stop by my mom's house first before I used to go to my apartment. And I told my mom this. I said, "Mom, I just witnessed this woman half out her goddamn mind, but she had her kids dressed and she was with them holding their hands and walking them to church. And this girl sitting right here claiming that she can't do it. You goddamn lie. It's what you want to do." So yeah, she should have been arrested because if she wanted to, that child would have been protected at all times, no matter what state of mind you're in.
One more question before you go. Inspired by Corey Holcomb from the 5150 show. I don't want to say anything with respect to his daughter. I don't know anything about their relationship other than what I saw him say, but I co-sign his position. If you're children, which I don't have any biological children, if they start, trying to expose you and threatening you and talking crazy, then sometimes you have to cut them off. Do you want to touch that or no? Because you're a mother, but maybe that's too close to home.
Well, I have my sister children. So one time we was in Florida, and the oldest one, the one that's big time executive now, he was younger, and he was giving me some lips. Now I can't fight no man because he's a grown man now. Because I used to every year I made sure I took the kids somewhere on a plane, whatever. But he was a grown man. But I still kept up the tradition. So he was getting smart with me, right? Now I can't tussle him. He's too old for that. I can't get the belt. He's too old.
How old
for
was
that.
he at the
So I told
time?
him,
At the time, how old was he?
Yeah.
At the time.
Oh, he had to be. This was probably his sophomore year in college.
Oh, damn.
He's
a big nigga.
Yeah, he
then.
graduated cum laude from Iona.
Okay.
So anyway, I told him, right? I said, when we land in Newark, don't you worry about it. I was on the phone with my cousins because I ain't gonna let nobody else touch him.
Right.
So I told my cousins, I said, "Yo, listen. So and so doing this. Don't hurt him too bad, but you better put him in check."
Oh,
so
okay.
when we got to the airport,
you had him lined up. You lined up your nephew. Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah. And I turned around and he was gone. But he knew I wasn't gonna get no stranger.
Right.
But his cousins was coming to take that's like my youngest. He was doing some old crazy stuff. I called down to Virginia and I say to my oldest nephew, and I say, "Hey, you know, he's a man now." And my oldest nephew was in the car on his way up here. I don't, I ain't gonna let no stranger hit you.
Got you.
But you gonna learn one way or the other.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how it happened.
I appreciate you, Janet.
You're right.
Okay.
We'll
talk soon. Thank you, Janet. Okay. Damn, Janet lined up her nephew. Do your children respect you? That segment with Corey Holcomb, man, that thing just made me say, wow, you see? That's what I'm talking about. And again, I approve of how he handled it. I approve. What's that old saying? Talent always skips a generation. Sometimes you can put it down so hard in the world. You can become such a person of notoriety and fame to the point where you make it hard for your children to shine. They then hate you because they can't fill your shoes. Does that make sense? My father's not that smart. I'm going to expose him. Shit like that. Hold on a second, guys. I was Trying to get another one of my sponsors on the screen here. And I didn't hear from Maurice. Maurice, thank you for your support. Either way, man, your banner is going to be in the rebroadcast at the end as well. And I want to make sure that I'm putting my information on the screen with regards to advertising. Folks, if you want to advertise on this show, send us an email and we will send you a deck. There's the information. The deck has analytics. You can see what the show does here. And this weekend, we're going to update the deck with more analytics. I want everybody to see what we do and how we can possibly assist each other, okay? Lauren, I got your donation. How's Nicki better but can't win a battle? I'm lost. This is the second L for her, if you ask me. That Sheether was something crazy. I had to go back and listen to it today. I said, damn. Area code 586. Good evening. Are you there? 586. Monday night. Late night. 586. And Blade, I got your other donation. Thank you, Blade. Okay, 586. I got to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alan, look at the top of the live chat. That's the PayPal information. Okay. Top of the live chat. Area code 240. I know that exchange. Turn that down in the background, please. 240.
Okay. Yes. Star, how are you?
How are you, man? It's cracking. Got to turn that down, buddy, or else I got to get you out of here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Turn down the background. Turn down the background. How are you? It's cracking.
How are you, sir?
Good. What's
cracking? How are you tonight?
Good. What's cracking?
Yeah. I wanted to speak on the Shannon Sharp thing, if I could.
Please, go ahead.
I think Shannon Sharp really doesn't believe what he's saying. I think he's figured out the algorithm.
Okay.
And how to attach his name to the most popular or the trending topic.
Okay.
And I don't believe, I think he's mastered it by now. I think the Cat Williams interview did a lot for him as far as algorithm and trending topics. And I think that was a little bit of a clout chase.
Good point.
I truly believe that. And what was the other topic, Star?
Well, hang on a second. You brought up a very, very good point. Again, I like the chemistry between Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson, and Shannon Sharp. However, in that clip that I'm referring to, where Shannon Sharp is, endorsing Taylor Swift over Beyonce, he says, "I love Beyonce." I don't mean to mock him because I like him. I don't want to mock him, but when he said that, Chad Ochocinco then said, "Nah, man, look in the live chat." And I think that Chad Ochocinco has learned how to be a little bit more careful, if you will, because you remember when they were talking about the food critic Keith Lee. You remember that?
Right.
Ochocinco just denounced what Keith Lee was doing by way of sampling food and so on and so forth. And then he said, I think a day later, his daughter got at him and social media.
Right.
So he now is somewhat sort of tippy toeing. I don't like that. I want him to speak your mind, but I just wanted to make that point with regards to what you're saying. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. I believe so. I believe it's a good dynamic between the two.
Yeah.
Because you have I think Shannon is playing the algorithm. Ocho is learning.
Nothing wrong with
but
that.
I think Shannon is playing another. I think Ocho is learning and Shannon is playing another game. I think Shannon is because if you look at the Gil show he does with Gilbert Arenas, it's completely different from the Ocho show. And I truly believe Shannon Sharp is on his way to mainstream stardom or maybe a Netflix or a network situation. He's with Colin Cowherd right now. but I think his sights are set on bigger things. I think that's why he's referencing the mainstream names.
Okay.
I think he wants to attach his name with the superstardom, and I think he's also correct. I think he's correct in his statement that Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce on a lot of levels.
Moves the needle.
But I think
more with regards to the NFL. Be specific. Go ahead.
And I agree with that. And I think Ocho Cinco gives it that urban feel. Still kind of sticks it to the urban or the most common black person. And so I think that is a good dynamic. And personally, if you know Shannon Sharp and you know Shannon Sharp's choice of women, they have been white. So he's dated exclusively white.
I don't know him like that. I see him giving sports commentary.
Just did a little research. Just did the research.
So in other words, he's happy in life. He's happy.
Yeah, he's happy in life. He's happy. He do a lot of cooning. A lot of cooning on that show. I want a big butt. I want a big butt black mammy. Nah, he don't want that for real life.
Shit. Okay.
He likes his European. He likes his European.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Star.
Thank you. Okay. Is Max Kellerman doing something on YouTube? I like Shannon right where he is. I mean, I'm sure he's still doing the show with Stephen A. Smith, but which I don't watch, to be honest with you. I'm kind of done with that, you know. Brian, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. I'm 42, successful father of 8. Corey is right. Yeah, man. Yeah, sometimes you just have to tell a kid, man, hey, fuck you and fuck your moms, so that they get it, you know? I mean, I've never had to do that because I don't have biological kids, but I've dated women, you know, with kids, and although I've never said it like that, I've had to let one of them know, and 2 females. Wow, you know, nah, don't come to me trying to make me side with you against your mother. Nah, ain't doing that. Nah, fuck out of here. Thank you, Brian, for your donation, sir. Father of 8. Salute to you, sir. Whew. Okay. Okay, and I did speak with Janet. Thank you, Janet. The commissioner, D. Wade's son, switches teams because he can't compete. Which one of his sons? I don't know. Are we talking about the one that has been, you know, in the media over the years? I don't follow D. Wade, man. I don't know what his family life is about, and I have no interest. But thank you for your donation, the commissioner. Guys, on the screen, youtube.com/@KIYNY007. Trying to get her to call in or cam up, you know, with regards to her platform. She's got some good content that she puts out. Okay, and we're waiting on her latest video. Okay, so if you're out there, Kai, and you want to chime in, shoot me an email. Okay. Hold on a second. Here's area code 336 tapping in. Are you up to speed on the Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion feud or the showrunner topic? You there? 3.
Yeah. I'm here for the Nicki Minaj and
Megan Thee Stallion.
You know what? My bad. Let me switch that up. Let me go ahead and get on the Beyonce and Taylor Swift.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right, man. Let's just be real. It's nigga shit versus white money. You know what I'm saying? Taylor Swift brings all this shit in. I do respect Beyonce.
I need you to watch the language. You're doing good, but you just dropped
my bad.
Two profanity words. Pull back just a little bit, please. Go ahead.
Gotcha. But let's just say is more money than less money. You know what I'm saying? Not to make it a race thing, but you know, she brings in eyes. You know what I'm saying? She brings in eyes. NFL loves it. And you know, that's basically what all I gotta say. That's it.
Well, now, are you a NFL supporter? Do you watch the games?
Yeah, I do. And 336 in the building. I'm a Panther fan. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Panther fan. And
I
we
mean,
are trash.
I mean, it is what it is in terms of the NFL. You know what you're going to get. I can't necessarily complain because I don't support it like I used to. I've went to a lot of different stadiums to see different teams play over the decades, so I can appreciate the sport itself. But it's such a corporate monster now. I mean, if it wasn't Taylor Swift, it would be some other entertainer that is, moving the needle, as Shannon Sharp is saying. But I'm not mad at her. Can't be mad at it. It's big money, right? Big money.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I felt, because I'm like, why are they always showing her on the TV? But guess what? They bringing them eyes. It's a whole, like I said, you're a capitalist, so we understand what's going on.
She's safe.
If you got some bread, if you got some bread, then let's go and get ahead.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Does she even curse during her concert? I doubt it.
But if you're a lip reader, then you can see what she was saying. Yeah, let's effing go and all that.
Okay.
Watching the algorithm.
Gotcha.
But she, her and Mahomes' wife, they in there with the baby. They shaking. They doing a twerk. So it's good. It's good. Especially as a outside. I'm a proud Carolina fan. We are trash. So I gotta watch it. I gotta watch the game.
Hang on. Have you ever been to Myrtle Beach?
Yeah. I'm like 3.5 hours from Myrtle Beach. I'm Greensboro, so yeah.
I want to talk to somebody about North Myrtle Beach. I was down there twice in the last year, driving from Atlanta up the Crystal Coast, back up to New Jersey, which is where I am now. I like North Myrtle Beach. And I went to Myrtle Beach, back in the mid to late 80s. It was very different then. But I'm wondering, I don't know if you would know this, is it worth buying one of those condos in Myrtle Beach? Would you know anything about that or no?
Yeah. As far as North Myrtle?
No, not North Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach. A lot of those hotels were turned into condos, and I was thinking about buying 3 of those condos. But I want to talk to somebody who knows that area a little bit more. But hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay.